All right, people, we're going live. I'm actually at work right now, but I figured being that I got good Wi-Fi, I'm gonna go through the document real quick. All right, that's my information. Again, if you're not a secured party creditor, don't put my information on your documents. If you can get a post office box, get a post office box and do it like that. If you don't live in Suffolk County, don't put Suffolk County. If you don't live in New York, don't put New York. Put your information there. All right, whatever is not your personal information, don't put it in your document. It's not going to work. You have to put your information. It's for you. All right, so this is the second document after you've created your private property number. As you can see right here, that's the private property number. Those numbers came off of the apostille. You pick any letter. The letter doesn't matter. I picked A because it's my first document. 2016 was the year that I decided to do it. That's the number from the apostille. That is it to the private property number. That's all you need to do a private property number. You have to create the private property affidavit, get it notarized, certified. Send it, take it to the Secretary of your state, the Secretary of State for whatever state you live in, and you're going to get an apostille. Once you get the apostille, you're going to take the number off the bottom of the apostille, and this is the number on the bottom of the apostille. Yours may be longer, it may be shorter, depending upon what state you're in and how they number their apostilles. So don't take my number and say, well, my number doesn't look right. Well, the number comes off the bottom of the apostille. So, and I'm going to use, this is my apostille, and that is the number. Same number, 673285. Okay. Also, on my private property identification number, as you can see, the number is the same right here. All right. New York State, Free State Republic, Constitutional Protection, Travel Identification. It is not a driver's license. It is not a traveler's license. It is a constitutional protected travel identification. It's for identification. It's not for driving. It's not for driving. And we're going to run through it. It's my personal information, date of birth, Convention de la Haye, due 5 October 1961. That is the Convention of the Hague Convention. All right, and that's the date that it occurred. Constitutionally protected, first class, private American national. All right, and then this is my letting them know that this is not a state or government issued form of identification. It is part of the private estate and property of Charles D.D. Booker, secured party creditor. Now on the back, what we have on the back is more information, which is basically the laws that are showing how and why we are doing or have a right to do what we're doing. So it's the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm not going to read it all. You can see it. Freeze the frame, freeze your screen or what have you. I just want you to be able to see it. If you don't live in New York, change it to your state. If you don't live in Mastic, if there's no Mastic in your state, then obviously that ain't the town you should be putting on. You should be putting your town, your personal information. All right. And if you're not a secured party, I would take that out. You would put an American national in there possibly, or something else. Or you could just leave it blank and continue on and just state who you are. Don't put my information. If you're not a secured party, do not put secured party, because now you're committing fraud. You're lying. So don't do that. All right. And all the rest is pretty much, clarifying that you don't wish to contract with them. You're not under their rules and regulations. You're under the Constitution, and you are free. You are a flesh and blood man or a woman, and that's what that is. Now back to the document. So this is an affidavit of acceptance of your oath of office and notice of private property. So you're telling them that you're accepting their oath of office, and you're putting them on notice to the private property number. So again, you could just freeze the screen to help, facilitate that you get the information properly. And let me go up here. Obviously, I'm not going to read all this, but what I will do is just kind of go through it so that way you can see what's there. All right. And of course, the fee, you could put whatever amount you choose. You could put 200,000 if you want. You could put 200 million if you want. Whatever you choose. But what I would do is the highest bond that we know that they have is $300,000. That is the secretary, the clerk. I'm sorry, that is the clerk's bond. The clerk's the clerks have the highest bonds. So, if, say for an example, you hit them with a bond, you hit them with an amount that their bond cannot cover, then it's likely they're going to fight you tooth and nail. They're going to fight you tooth and nail to get your money because their bond cannot cover it. You're putting them in the poorhouse. So it's best to put it at a fairly reasonable amount. A fairly reasonable amount that they can cover. All right? I put 200,000 just under the clerk because the clerk is the one that's running, that's creating all of this nonsense. So basically, that's my choice. Now, these people are the agents for the government in our particular area. So what I'm saying is, if they are not the names for the people in your area, you need to go and research it. Find out who your sheriff is. Find out who the attorney general of your state is. Find out who the state secretary of your state is. Find out, running it down, the chief of patrol. You want to find all these individuals in your state. Do not use the ones from New York State. It will not work. It does not apply. So be very careful in that. All right? And I'm going to keep going down. Teresa Egan is one of the people that we serve these documents on. And also the chief of patrol, Nicholas Mango, he's no longer the chief of patrol. This guy went to jail. They locked him up because the guy broke into his vehicle and found all kind of pornographic stuff, children porn and all sort of stuff. And he got the cops and they got together and whooped his behind. So they ended up coming back and getting this guy. So he's no longer the chief of patrol. The new chief of patrol in New York is Stuart Cameron. That's the new chief of patrol. So you want to send one, a notarized, a certified mail copy of this document. After you've got it notarized, certified, and apostilled, send a copy of this to him. Again, if you're not in New York, do not send it to him. Send it to the one of your state. Do the research. Okay? And that's that. So we're on to the next page. I wish I had time to read through all this, but I got to finish working. So here you go, folks. So you can, again, you can freeze the screen. Go back. This right here is letting them know anybody, if anybody's going to refute this. And here's the thing, they can't refute it. It's an affidavit in the way that the law is set up. They're representing a corporation. Corporations cannot deal with human beings, so they're not going to respond back. They can't respond back. It's a catch-22. But you're saying if they do try to respond back and play games, then it's $200,000 to play games for each situation, not for the whole thing, not for the one shot. For each situation that they've given misinformation, misdirecting you, false information, it's $200,000 per incident. They don't want to mess with that. They much rather just let you have what you're not even asking for, what you're demanding, right? Because we're not asking, we are demanding. It's a demand. It's not a request, right? This is not a request. We're demanding it. Why? Because they are the public servants. They are the public servants. They are the servants. And if you're the boss, if you're the master, and you're claiming your right, then you set the rules. You tell them what to do. And that's the problem. We're asking them. You don't ask them. You tell them. You don't be nasty about it. You be respectful. You be respectful about it. All right? Because they do got the guns. You be respectful about it, but you're not asking. I'm telling you. I'm being assertive. Not threatening you. I'm telling you. I've been in front of the judges, and if any of you heard my recordings, you'll hear me. I'm talking to the judge. I'm staying respectful. I don't get loud. I don't raise my voice because there's no need to. You state the facts. The facts doesn't need to be yelled at someone. You don't need to yell in order to establish the truth. The truth doesn't need your emotion. And this is the end of the document. The truth does not need your emotion. All right? You just state the facts. And as they say, the truth shall make you free. Okay? So I think that's it for today. And I hope you people enjoyed this short video. Perhaps we'll go through the rest of this folder with some other doc. Got a whole bunch of stuff in here. You know, all these are apostilles. You know, we got an apostille in here for the reservation of rights. We got a document for what you can hit the judge with whenever you get a traffic ticket or whatever. You want to take this and file it into your record, send it into the senior judge. You know what I'm saying? And have it on record. It's already in their record. Once you send it to the senior judge, anytime they bring you into that court, this stuff is already on the record. This affidavit, they can't get rid of it. And basically it's saying, prove to me that the police own the roads, where they can set rules and tell me how fast I can go or slow I can go, or they have the right to pull me over and then charge me. Where does the court have this authority? And, of course, bottom part. This is my favorite part. Any orders given to me that I choose to accept and or fulfill by any judge, pro temp, just running down the list. It's $200,000 per order. Which is the reason why they don't want me in their courts anymore. They don't want me in their courts no more. Because they know as soon as the judge says, sit down, that's $200,000. If I sit down, it's $200,000. Be quiet. Oh, well, I choose to be quiet. $200,000. You're making orders. You go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King, you're making orders. What have you done? You've made yourself susceptible to paying the bill. You're putting orders in, you pay the bill. All right, folks. So that's it. Take it easy.